If anyone here was injured in an accident, our operators, his battle cry is heard to this very day. Get the heck out of here, you are? Good, you sound like you are. Just before we get to the show, I know there's some birthday here. So some birthday people here. Okay, we got Cindy's birthday. Let's hear for Cindy, everybody. You're about 16. I can't tell how old people are anymore. Any other birthdays or occasions? Oh, what you got? You got what? Your birthday? Oh yeah. I'm trying to guess your age. 12. How old are you? 23. Enjoy the knees. They will not last forever. What's your name? Jay. I love that name. My parents didn't trust me with like a 6-letter name. They're like, he doesn't look like he's going to be very bright. We'll just give him 3 letters. So we have an incredible show tonight. Our feature comedian is here from Philadelphia, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. It's his second time appearing here at Catch a Rising Star. He appears in top clubs all over the Northeast, the Middle Atlantic states, and his name rhymes with a very well-known Philadelphia figure. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm Catch a Rising Star welcome for Pat Rocchi, everybody.
Okay, how are you all? How are you all? I'm looking at you. I can tell you're disappointed already. You saw Jay and said, okay, it's time for a young comedian, and instead you get me, your dad's lab partner from high school. I mean, just look at me. I'm like a genetic mashup of Mitt Romney and Keith Richards. I have a decrepit body, but at least I put a suit over it. Usually I'm on a bill with young people. When I'm on there, I'm always the oldest comic. I guarantee you I'm the oldest comic tonight too, because when I'm with the young comics, they're on their cell phones, they're on their iPads. I'm on Medicare. Yeah, and you young lady, I feel so bad when I came in when I was Jared's age. Oh, you would have looked at me and you said, "Oh, I wonder if he's available." Now, all these years later, you're probably saying, "I wonder if he's even insurable." And I'm not. I shouldn't be insurable. I'm in terrible shape. Jared, happy birthday. What kind of shape you in? You can work out? You run? Yeah. Do you talk when you run? Do you? No, you don't. Then that's not a good sign. They say if you're in good shape when you run, you should be able to talk. Oh, when I run, I talk, but I say things like, call 911 and where's the nearest hospital? I had a frightening incident recently for somebody my age. Was talking to a friend of mine about getting medicine from CVS on how to improve your age, and I said, it really works. And he said, what's the name? And I went, Now I'm looking for a new medicine. Can anybody prescribe anything for me? Some of you older guys, like Jared's dad, you may recognize me. What's your name, Dad? Paul? Yeah, you probably have seen me before. They use my driver's license picture on the brochure from AARP to tell guys to get their prostates checked. So, hey, I noticed there aren't too many Princeton people here today. Where are you folks all from? Like, where are you from? Monroe. Oh, that's not good. Okay, at least that's Jersey. At least that's close. Jersey. I was here a few weeks ago. A nice town. I really enjoyed being here. When I was in town, the movie at the one movie theater in town was Oppenheimer. Gee, who would have thought? Who would have thought it would have been Oppenheimer? And my wife and I went all around the campus and we saw where movies were made. Here are 2 big movies about Princeton. Oppenheimer and A Beautiful Mind. So if you want a depiction of Princeton, you have a choice between nuclear annihilation and schizophrenia. Take your pick. It took me a lot to get here. Jay mentioned that I came here from Philadelphia. And, you know, at this point in my life, my body is like an old car that needs to be fixed up, you know, to keep it running. And I thought about that. And I thought, you know, the maintenance on a 1952 Italian is very time consuming. It really is. And then I thought about the fact that I wonder how I would be reviewed by Consumer Reports as an old car. So I looked it up on the website and said, no, let me see, 1952 Italian. Engine weaker than average. Fuel injection is sluggish. Well padded back seat. A tendency to leak fluids. Yes, that sounds like pretty much me at my point. And where's Cindy? Where's Cindy having a birthday? Hi, Cindy. When was your birthday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Let's hear her for Cindy. Let's hear her for Jared. We're going to get we'll get to you guys later. You'll be real happy you sat up front. Princeton people, I have to ask you something. Nice town. Where do you guys shop for groceries? I didn't see a grocery store here.
We don't.
You don't? You don't shop for groceries? What do you live? You subsist on you go to the cafeteria, you eat there, or what? What do you mean you don't shop? Did I hear somebody mention Whole Foods? Yeah, you shop at Whole Foods? Yeah, I try to avoid her, as I call it, it's holy shit, did you see how much that cost? I did get an avocado there recently, and so on layaway until the home equity loan comes through. When I was in Whole Foods, the thing that I don't like is the pretension of the staff there. They try to appeal to a hipster clientele. They had this woman taking me through, and she said, "Look at this food. It's farm to table. It's cruelty-free. It's organic." I was in the bakery section looking at the donuts. And as I was walking out, I saw a sign for a salad kit. Folks, when did making a salad become so difficult that we need a kit to make it? I remember when Sears used to sell kits to make houses. Now we're selling kits to make salads. Welcome to the dumbing down of America, folks. Yeah, am I right? Am I right? We gotta fight this. Don't dumb down, smarten up. You know, I was in the store and there was a little frying pan, about this big, real little. You know what they say it's for? They say it's good for frying one egg. You know what else is good for frying one egg? A regular size frying pan. Don't dumb down, smarten up. Do you ever buy water from Whole Foods? Whole Foods lady, you buy water from there? Yeah. What you see what you have to go through to buy water at Whole Foods? They'll sell you berry flavored water. They'll sell you citrus lime flavored water enhanced with vitamins. They'll sell you probiotic water enhanced with vitamins and coconut. When we were kids, when we were even younger than Jay here, and we were out with our friends, and we were out with our friends, and we wanted a drink. What flavor did we have? Hose, that's right, we had hose, and we all made it here tonight in this crappy weather. Don't dumb down, smarten up. You know, I go to Whole Foods you provide your own bags, you have to check yourself out. I think the next step is going to be you bring your own food to Whole Foods, and that'll keep the prices down. I noticed on the internet that you're about 25 miles from Costco. We're not really close to a Costco here. I feel bad for you folks. I like Costco. I like any place where I can get lawn chairs, vinyl siding, and tartar sauce all under one roof. And while we're talking about Costco, let's talk about its dirty-minded little brother, BJ's. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an MBA in marketing. Who the hell thought it was a good idea to name a store after fellatio? I worked at a company once, this is a true story, I worked at a company once where BJ's came in to give free memberships. HR department put out an email that said, BJ's for free in the cafeteria. Yeah, half the men walked off the factory floor before they pulled that email. One way I could see your faces is that we're not wearing masks anymore, so let's congratulate ourselves for making it through the pandemic. And let's hope there's not another wave soon. I brought my mask in my briefcase just in case. Of the people who are here, round of applause, how many of you have worked at home during the pandemic? Okay, of the people who worked at home, how many of you over the last 3 years were threatened by a loved one at home? No. You all have better marriages than I do. My wife and I had a little bit too much togetherness during that period. Every time I turn around, it was like, oh, are you still there? One day, I had it up to here. I was ready to walk out. She said, you promised me till death do us part. And I said, well, I'm about to exercise the death clause in that contract. Now, of the people who were home, how many used it as an opportunity to spice up your love life? Oh boy, this is good. I'm going to give you some hints next time you're stuck at home. There are some things that you can do to spice up your love life, like a little game that my wife and I played. I was the Domino's man. I came to the door and she didn't have enough money to pay for the pizza. Hey, go where you can, folks. And I said, well, Mrs. Rocchi, this pizza won't pay for itself. And she went, oh, Mr. Domino's man, I am hot and thoughty, like your pizza. So, one of the things I noticed being home all the time is entertainment, how bad entertainment can be, because all you had was TV and streaming. I told you I have an MBA. I found out I really hate commercials. Commercials are just awful. The one I really can't stand, the one that comes on early in the morning before the news for learning systems, like the Huntington Learning System. How were you in school, Jay? Were you good? It's pretty decent. They didn't send you to a tutoring service or anything, did they? No, that's good, because in this commercial, they had this stupid bratty kid. Her mother is sending her to Huntington Learning Systems, and the kid is stupid. And she's just a stupid kid, and finally she says, oh, face it, I'm not getting into college. And I'm thinking, yeah, no shit, I figured that when you didn't get into acting school either. And while we're talking about TV commercials, can we do something about that guy with the skeevy little porn star mustache who sells My Pillow? Can we do something about him? I don't object to Mike Lindell. I don't care that he was a crack addict at one time and he found Jesus. I don't mind the product. I own one. I hate the name. At my age, it is confusing. My wife and I are making the bed, and she said, why don't you put My Pillow on your side? I said, well, shouldn't I put My Pillow on my side? She said, no, it's not My Pillow, it's My Pillow, but it's yours. I said, well, is it your pillow or my pillow? Make up your mind. And then the other thing I noticed, being a marketer, is that there are, when there are medicine commercials on television, that they illustrate them with animated depictions of the illness that you have. So if you have a cold, you're getting a cold medicine, you're getting talked to by an animated blob of mucus. You know, oh, take me, oh, you take me and you'll get rid of me. And then there was one for toenail fungus, and no lie, I don't know if you remember this commercial, ma'am. Frank the Frank the fungus, just use me. I'm waiting for the Preparation H commercial and the animated hemorrhoid. So the most annoying product and the character in these commercials is the Cold Guard box right now. They have these seniors having lunch, and the Cold Guard box comes up and says, "Hey, let's talk about your colon." No, let's not. I'm eating here. I don't want to talk about your colon. The box says, "You know, a colonoscopy is very invasive." Yeah, you know what else is invasive? Having somebody come up and talk to me about my colon during lunch. That's invasive too. And I have a question for all of you. If you really had a talking box, would you really shit in it? I mean, really? Wouldn't you take it to? You would take it to your son and say, "Hey, happy birthday. He's going to entertain you." And the box would talk to you and everything. And one of the big selling points of this product is they say, "You can mail the check right to us." Fine, I'll put it in there. You fish it out. But the thing I can't stand at my age, looking at a young world through this age, when did ED become entertainment on television? They just talk about it all the time. They make such light of it. These commercials for Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, they're not commercials to me. They're reality television. First of all, they start off with this phony, happy music. Jay, stay away from those commercials. The music itself will make you soft. Stay away from it. I'm telling you this first. Awful, awful. And they show the wives doing things that are just so adorable. They're supposed to be so adorable, but they would be grounds for justifiable homicide in most states. They show a woman in the restaurant with her man, and she's stealing food off his plate. Oh, she's so cute. Or she's in the kitchen and she's trying to get her shoe on, and she can't get it on. She's hopping across the floor. Oh, she's adorable. And she's painting, and she gets paint on her nose. Or she's baking, and she gets flour on her nose. Apparently, the people who write these commercials think that something on a woman's nose is an aphrodisiac, kind of like, "Oh, honey, you have something on your nose? I'm ready." Okay. And they show the husband standing off to the side, looking lovingly at her, and I know what he's really thinking. He's thinking, "Oh, honey, you think I need a pill because of my health, but the real reason I can't get it up for you is because you're so fucking annoying." And look at these guys. Look at these guys, the way they look. Tastefully trim. They work out, but they're not muscle bound. A little touch of gray on the side. These middle-aged Adonises aren't the ones who get ED. Show me somebody like your old governor, Chris Christie. The guy who's so fat, he hasn't even seen his own dick since Hurricane Sandy. And then you look at the side effects of these medicines. Do not use, if you suffer shortness of breath, dizziness, passing out, don't use this while you're driving a car, dandruff, forget it. I just go fishing. It's not like sex is a big part of my life, because this coming February I will be married for 45 years. And don't applaud. I'm married twice as long as this kid's on the earth, And there's a reason marriages don't tend to last 45 years. It's kind of like my wife. I mean, if she were here, you'd think she was cute and everything, but it's like the vows I took were, will you love, honor, and annoy this woman? Everything I do seems to bother her. She was real rough during the pandemic. She said, make sure you wear your mask. I don't want this virus to kill you. That's my job. We were married in front of a judge. I should have asked for a jury. One day I was sitting in the living room, minding my own business. She came in, she said, is that skin tag on your nose bothering you? I said, well, no, actually it's not. She said, well, it's bothering me, take care of it. So the stupid thing is, I'm in the doctor's office because something on my face is bothering my wife. Doctor examines me and he says, oh, I have one of those. I said, you have a skin tag on your nose? He said, no, I have an annoying wife too. And she always bugs me about my health. She cares about, she tells me all the time about the way I should eat. She said, you should treat your body like a temple. I'd rather treat it like a Wawa and keep it filled with hoagies and soft pretzels. One thing she really bothers me about, I checked it out, it's not on the menu. She keeps insisting that I eat kale. You do? Get out of here. Get out of here, you like kale. I will give you this about kale, ma'am. I will give you this about kale. It's a versatile food. You can blanch it. You can puree it. You can put it in a burger. You can put it in a salad. You can put it in the oven and make chips out of it. And no matter how you prepare it, it tastes like shit. It tastes like shit. You know, I was in Jersey, I was in another part of Jersey, and a woman said to me, oh, you know, I have a special recipe. I use garlic and a little bit of olive oil, and it tastes great. I said, ma'am, with garlic and some olive oil, you can make it used Pampers look good. It tastes good. Sorry, I blew that joke. So, we were in Panera's, perfectly nice restaurant. They serve good foods like salads, panini, donuts, pastry, bread. And you know, Panera's is serving flatbread pizza too, because the AMA says you can't get enough carbs in your diet. So she said to me, why don't you go over there and get a kale smoothie? It'll be easy. Nobody's in line. I said, of course nobody's in line. They're serving kale there. Nobody came to Panera's to eat kale. So I went over, they were all out of kale, and I got the next best thing, I got a cinnamon bun. So, you have heard right, I am Italian. My first name throws most people, it's Pat, but actually my name is Pasquale. I have fellow Italians in here tonight. I have nobody from Princeton. I have no Italian. This is like, thank you very much, Cindy. Happy birthday. Buon compleanno, as we say in our language. And you're lucky. With me and Vince, you get 2 Italians for the price of 1 tonight. But my real name is Pasquale Rocchi. And that's the kind of name that when people hear it, they say, so how accurate was The Godfather? I'll put it to you this way. For you folks, it's a great story. For me and my family, it's a home movie. So, and you did hear correctly, my last name is Rocchi. Great name to have in Philadelphia. Played a big part in my wedding when my wife was planning the wedding all those years ago. I said when my wife was planning the wedding, because I was kind of a typical guy that way, you know, I would have been just as content to go into the woods and get married by a bear. But she said, wouldn't it be nice if we came into the reception to the Rocchi theme? Because that's a Whoopi met their method Rocchi. I said, okay. She did me one better. She hired a ring announcer for the reception.
Oh, yeah.
And now, presenting to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Rocchi. Dun, 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 dun. Stupid music. I'm so sick of it after all these years. And then in short time, we had our kids, Rocchi 2 and Rocchi 3. Well, I don't know what kind of a kid he was. But when my kid went through adolescence, he was surly all the time. You look like a nice kid, but my kid looked at me one day and he said, when did you stop being cool? I said, September 25th. He said, that's my birthday. I said, that's when I stopped being cool, when I had to start taking care of your sorry ass. I took him to Sears one day. I said, pick out the lawnmower you want. He said, why do you expect me to mow the lawn? I said, why do you think I even had you? I also think I don't know if did you ever screw around with his head, like embarrass him? I had this one thing. If you could probably still get away with this because he's only in his early 20s. But this is what you do, Paul. You go out and you take an ordinary cap and you put it on backwards. And he'll be mortified. My son would see me and he'd say, "You're not going out like that, are you, Dad?" I said, and I put on my white dad jive. Yo, I have to meet up with my homies. Oh, that was good for 25 minutes of him in his bedroom. So, look, I'm sorry if I seem cranky to you up here. I'm up here making my crank case, my case for being this age. But happy birthday to you, Paul, Jared. And I want to give you some hints. And to you too, this applies to you too. You're in different stages of your life. Right now, at this stage of your life, see what I did over the years, I compared my love life to movie franchises. They make good comparisons. When I was your age, it was the Fast and the Furious. Get in there, it's over a little bit too quickly, But then you get to Paul's age. He's in his middle years. That's when you're Iron Man. But when you're my age, when you're in your 70s, you've been married for 45 years, it's mission impossible. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Pat Rocchi. Have a good night, and thanks for coming out.
Pat Rocchi, everyone. Let's hear it for Pat. You guys ready for our headliner? Our headliner tonight has toured internationally with Trevor Noah.